Now on Blackland.
I was abused. I was molested. I went to prison.
Yet she is now an Atlanta business mogul and reality star. We're talking about the resilience of this black woman during Women's History Month on Blackland.
And now,
as a brown person, you just feel so invisible.
Where we're from.
Brothers and sisters, I welcome you to this joyful day.
We celebrate freedom. Where we are.
Get on the ground!
I know someone heard something.
And where we're going.
We the people means all the people.
The Black Information Network presents Blackland with your host, Vanessa Tyler.
Life is short, and if you're going to do it now. You can say that is the driving force behind Gocha Hawkins, because for her, stopping is not an option. Business entrepreneur, celebrity chef, cookbook author, Gocha Hawkins. Welcome to Blackland.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. That was nice.
Let's start with your current business. You're in one of the toughest professions with ups and downs that can turn on a Yelp. I'm talking about a restaurateur, and in one of the most sophisticated food cities, Atlanta. Tell us about your food empire.
Yes, so I am GRG, which is Gocha's Restaurant Group, and under Gocha's Restaurant Groups, we have Gocha's Breakfast Bar entities, and then we also have Gocha's Tapas Bar. We have Gocha's Salon Suites, and then we have a food truck under that empire.
Talk about the breakfast bar and the tapas bars. And I hear the salmon croquettes with the grits are to die for. Talk about the food.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a menu that is very appetizing. We offer vegan options, we offer keto options, and then we offer a lot of pescatarian options as well.
And there is a full bar.
And at Gocha's Tapas Bar, we offer more lobster rolls. We have vegan dishes as well as a full lunch and brunch menu.
And you also have a merchandise line?
Yes, we have a full retail line of grits, pancakes, hot sauce, as well as our cookbook, Cooking with Gocha.
A Black-owned business at a time when more are consciously seeking to buy and support Black.
I think that's very important because a lot of times we are supporting others, and we're not getting the same support back. So to keep the money circulating in our community is very important to us.
During this Women's History Month, this is a woman making it happen. She decided to jump in the food space from another competitive profession as a beautician, then salon owner and celebrity stylist. Because as everyone knows, in Atlanta, it's all about the celebrity connections.
Next on Bold and Bougie.
Gocha's celebrity connections got her a starring role on WeTV's Bold and Bougie. There we got a glimpse into how hard the road was for her. Here she speaks to her now grown daughter, who forgives Gocha, who was not there for her children earlier in their lives. She couldn't be, because as Gocha confesses, she was in prison.
I'm not holding that against you anymore, and that's okay.
Years ago, I went to prison for 2 years. I got married at a very young age, and I was selling drugs. The way I got money back in the day, that's definitely not how I wanted my kids to have to survive. The only thing I was always thinking about forever was survival. My back has always been against the wall. Well, Bold and Bougie came about because I was on a show previously before I was on LA Hair. And I had did some appearance on Atlanta Housewives as well. And people had seen me and they reached out to me to see if I would be interested in being on Bold and Bougie with the cast members that they had picked out. And I thought it would be a great fit, and the rest was history.
One of the things people love about you is your honesty about your life and the life lessons you learned along the way. Talk about your upbringing. I know you were born in Detroit.
Yes, I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I lived a very um unstable life, I would say. I was abused, I was molested, I went to prison, I got married at 18, I had two kids. I had my first child at 17, my second child at 19. I went to prison right after 19, right after my second son was born. And I think that that all contributed to me going to prison because I was looking for love in all the wrong places. So being that I was looking for love in all the wrong places, um, I was making bad decisions. Just trying to fill that void. And that is one reason why I started my foundation, which is Gocha Illumination Foundation, which is a foundation who is for kids who've been sexually molested, physically abused, and we provide free counseling, etiquette classes, self-esteem building skills. And I came up with that foundation for the simple fact that I was once one of those kids, and I wanted to make sure that kids were afforded the opportunity to be able to receive free counseling. Had I received the counseling back then, I would have not made half the decisions that I made in my life.
She tells me her time in prison, 2 years, compounded by heartbreak and betrayal.
Which is the crazy part is I got incarcerated from my husband. My husband, they said on the affidavit, they sent him to me to buy crack cocaine, and he was the one who turned state evidence on me. How crazy is that? To have your husband turn state evidence on you. So, I look back at those times and I don't blame anyone. I look at all those things as learning curves. They built, strength. They allowed me to be the person who I am today. So I don't hate anyone, even the molestation, the physical abuse. I just, look at it all as learning curves, and I just keep moving.
As she keeps rising to the top, she has not given up on love, although she has made a change. All those bad decisions in life and in love, but at last, happiness with your new wife.
Yes. So I met my wife probably about 6 years ago. We got married a year later, and we've been together on this road, on this journey. And I'm thankful for her because she's a very sound minded person. She helps me grow. Um, she's a very good communicator, and she helps me grow. She makes me, she's that voice of reason for me.
What's really fascinating to me is that you were down, but you were not out. You came to Atlanta with what, a few $100s in your pocket?
I did. I moved to Atlanta. I literally had just lost everything. I had went through a bad breakup. From that breakup, before that breakup, I had literally a salon in Orlando. I had two houses, four cars. I had everything that I wanted and dreamed of. And then I met this guy that I was dating, and he played football. And he was like, I want you to move to Detroit where he was playing at. And I want you to, give up your salon. I'll take care of you, all this. So at that time, my bills were like $30,000 a month. And in my mind, I was like, no, I shouldn't do this because my parents had already spoken to me before. If, don't lean on anyone for your well being. But however, the grass was looking green on the other side. He was a football player, and it was like, oh, the life of that. And I decided to move to Detroit, let my salon go, and let him take care of my bills. And as soon as I did that, I got to Detroit, and my entire world changed. He was a very abusive guy, verbal, mentally. physically. And yeah, my entire life changed. And so that $30,000 that he was paying a month, I ended up leaving him and he was no longer paying the bills. I had nowhere to stay and I lost everything. So all those houses and cars and everything that I had, I lost it and it went to foreclosure or repo or whatever.
Mm.
And
And that
so I think the biggest thing through that was it wasn't even the material things, it was my credit at that moment, what I was thinking of, because I had always been a person who believed in having good credit. And once I lost everything, my entire world was just devastated. And so I lost everything. And then when I ended up moving to Atlanta, I came here with just a dresser, a bed, and that was it. My mom ended up having to sign for me to get a place to stay. And so, yeah, my entire world had changed. And I think I was at that time 36, 37, somewhere around there. So, yeah, my entire world had changed.
what is the spiritual force inside of you that keeps you moving forward?
I think the spiritual force that keeps me moving forward is simply just believing in your higher power. I've always been raised on religion and having a higher power, that faith driven spirit.
What's next on your sky's the limit agenda?
My sky's the limit agenda would be franchising. We have franchising opportunities available.
Ever the businesswoman, but like the mythical Sankofa bird, she is flying forward while looking back with her Gocha Illumination Foundation.
Gocha Hawkins, a true Renaissance woman and a true testament of never giving up, no matter how bad it looks.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Follow Gocha Hawkins on all social media. And hungry in Atlanta? Be sure to check out her restaurant empire. Don't forget the salmon croquettes and grits. I'm Vanessa Tyler. Listen and subscribe to Blackland. A new episode drops every week.